Especially with like the northern lights and everything behind her too. It's almost like a weird contrast in a way. Hey everyone, NavyDoc5184 here. Welcome to another holiday music reaction. Today we are reacting to Oh Holy Night by Tarja Turunen. I hope I pronounced that right. It's actually one of the first times I've actually tried to pronounce her last name. With all the Nightwish reactions I've done, I don't think I've ever really tried to attempt that, so hopefully I got that right. If I didn't, please correct me in the comments. I am totally up for correction on here. But so what really got me interested in this one is because I remember the last time I did a bunch of reactions to Christmas songs, I saw Floor Jansen do a version of Oh Holy Night, and considering how strongly I feel that Tarja is so much stronger in terms of the operatic slash classical vocal style, that really piqued my attention. But then I saw somewhere, I don't remember where I saw, the name of the album that this was on was called Dark Christmas. And based on the thumbnail of the video, the name of the album, I'm like, you know, I have a feeling that this is going to be a very interesting arrangement. I have a feeling there's going to be a darker undertone with this, which I don't know how you can do that with a Christmas song quite like Oh Holy Night. But considering that it's Tarja, and as much as I love Nightwish and, you know, all the stuff that she did with Nightwish, and the fact that it is still one of my favorite Christmas songs, I'm just like, you know, I'm going to let the curiosity win on this one. So we will go ahead and we'll see if my hypothesis is correct here. But we'll go ahead and get started with the reaction. I'll leave a link to the original video in the description below. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Beautiful set background. It does definitely have sort of a darker undertone though, but geez, her voice. If there's one thing that's a constant with Tarja, is her vocals are absolutely wonderful. It's like no matter how she does it. Wouldn't call it a foreboding feeling, but definitely feeling like something's about to go down, you know? I'm not gonna lie, this really fits her very well. Especially with like the northern lights and everything behind her too. It's almost like a weird contrast in a way. Okay, so a couple things I'm really kind of wanting to point out with this. I'm really noticing in this is I kind of briefly mentioned it before. It's almost like I almost get like a slight contrast of feeling with the video, and here's what I mean. Because you saw how it began with all the stars, and then you got like the northern lights and everything behind her, that like this snowy weather, you know, you almost get, it's like a very calming, such a beautiful feel with the background, but then the sound is just so contrasting. And like I said, it's not so much like a foreboding feeling. I don't really know what type or what word I would want to use to describe the feeling, but it's kind of like, I don't know if tense is the word either, but it's like something's just about to go down. It's not like the joyful, you know, rejoicing feeling that you would normally get with this song. So it's very interesting how with the scene and then the sound, how there's such a contrast. But what's even crazier is you almost have a contrast with the music and Tarja's vocals, which that in and of itself is actually kind of interesting how she pulled that off. I'm very curious on who did the arrangement. I'm assuming she had a hand in this because, like I said, it just seems to fit her so well. I can't imagine that she didn't have a hand in this. But it's actually amazing how she kind of pulled off, because if you strip the music and just kept her vocals, you would almost, I feel like you would get like the normal feel that you would get when listening to Oh Holy Night. But then it's the music, like definitely probably in a minor key, but it's, you get such a different feel from the music. Like if you stripped away the vocals and just had the music there, you're not thinking that this is a holiday song. And I have to admit, it's one of those things where you're just kind of like, you know, you don't know quite how you feel about it, but to be very objective with it, it is very impressive how she pulled that off, because I have to say, it does actually sound pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I had some trepidations about a darker sounding version of A Holy Night, but somehow she's making it sound pretty good. Ooh. Man. Wow, her voice is something else. I almost want to look back at some of my other Nightwish videos and see if I ever gave her enough props for her voice. Because she really does have a lovely voice. When she gets to letting loose, boy does she do it. Man, that is so beautiful. That is such a beautiful scene. Now listen to just how much more intense it just got. And her vocals are matching that intensity. But yeah, it's like different intensities. Alright, once again, just because, you know, when I really kind of think back on it, like, I don't think I really do give enough love for her vocals. I mean, and it's probably because when doing a Nightwish reaction, you got so many other people that you kind of want to give kudos to, but with her by herself, it's like I feel like I can finally give her all the love that she deserves, because good Lord, she's really got some amazing vocals. Her voice is very lovely. And another thing that I was talking about, again, just what makes this so impressive, is you heard just how much more intense the song got. But again, it's like different intensities. The music, you know, just had like such an intensity where it's just like, you know, again, like, you know, like something's getting ready to go down, but now it's like, okay, now y'all really have to get ready to get in gear, because something is really about to go down. Whereas Tarja's intensity was just the strength of the voice, and it's like, it's just more attention grabbing than anything. Not like a warning type thing, but it's just so attention grabbing. And I mean, oh, good Lord, her vocals, again, it's just like, I really don't think I really give enough love for really how she's able to do this, because when you really think about it, to try to do vocals that give a different feel than the music that's in the background, but yet at the same time they fit so well, I would imagine that there aren't very many artists in any time period that could do something like that. It's like a lot of artists will like here try to get they'll try to match their vocals to the feel of, the background music, whereas with hers, it feels like she's purposely trying to make her vocals contrast the backing music, but at the same time still make it fit the background music. And I think that is what is really making this a very interesting song to listen to. Now it's like we're about to hit that climax. Yup. Big time. Holy cow. Wow. Yo, this like just hit a whole level of like epicness right there. There it is. Wow. Okay. All right. Not too shabby, I gotta say. Alrighty, y'all. That was Oh Holy Night by Tarja Turunen. And first thing I'm gonna say is I was very pleasantly surprised. As I said, I did have a little trepidation when I saw this was on an album called Dark Christmas. I'm just like, how can you get away with doing a song like this with a darker tone? But, I kind of forgot who she was, and I gotta remember that's probably something that she can kind of pull off. Yes, it did kind of have a darker tone. It didn't have the normal holiday feel that I normally get with this song, but I gotta say that it doesn't feel like that there was really anything really taken away. It was still enjoyable to watch. It was definitely enjoyable to watch. I mean, kudos to whoever came up with the design of the video, her outfits, the costume. I mean, even like what she did with her hands was very interesting and well done, how they pulled that off. Everything fit her so well. And I feel like the whole point of this was to kind of hit that contrast that I was talking about earlier about. And even with Tarja's outfit, you almost kind of get that, especially with the hands, how, she's just so, no pun intended, Snow White, and then just kind of going into like the charcoal black. It's amazing how, it's like you have that contrast, but yet they're just so faded, as one in a way. And I feel like that was the kind of like the contrast that was meant to be displayed with the song, because you have the beauty of the scenery and everything, and Tarja's voice, but then with the backing music, you just have, such, again, a darker tone. Like I said, I don't really feel like it was foreboding. Like, it wasn't anything that would make me feel dread or anything, but definitely not a feeling of, like ease and easiness, and warm and fuzzies. Definitely not warm and fuzzies, So the idea of you got that contrast, which is just such a striking contrast, but yet they somehow managed to fade, and blend, to where they work together. It was such a cool visual, and also such a cool audio with that, and it's definitely something that I probably should have seen coming with her, but again, it's just, actually, now that I think about it, I think this is actually the first time I've actually done anything solo for Tarja, so I gotta say, this was very impressive. Like I said, I was a little nervous. I'm not gonna go as far as to say that it's definitely gonna rank high up in my songs that I might like or even put on a playlist. But I will say this, if I was to hear it on the radio or something, I probably wouldn't skip it. I may not add it to a playlist, but I wouldn't skip it, if it ever played anywhere, because, again, I think Tarja's vocals, as much as I know I always say like Flora is my favorite vocalist with Nightwish, but I think that's just because she just fits more to what I like with a vocalist. But when I just look at it objectively, I'm not gonna go off and just say Tarja can't sing. She's got absolutely lovely vocals. You know, it's like, I would love, like, I know I've heard, you know, Floor do a couple of covers. You know, I heard her do her version of Holy Night. Tell me Floor wouldn't kill, you know, version like that. I mean, good Lord Almighty. I mean, Floor's, or not Floor, good Lord, I guess. Tarja's vocals, you know, I would say are just on its par with Floor's. I just think they're just stronger in different areas. I prefer where Floor is stronger at. But, you know, again, listening to a song like this, oh man. I don't, you know, and I think because I, you know, give so much love to Floor's vocals, I feel like I don't give enough love to Tarja's vocals, because, and she, you know, it's been a while since I reacted to anything with Tarja in it, and this was, in a way, it almost felt like she just kind of reminded me, it's like, hey, don't forget, I can sing too, you know. It's like, yes, miss, I remember you can sing. You know, I may have forgotten, but that was a heavy reminder. And honestly, I don't think anybody else but Tarja could have pulled off something like this. You know, taking a song like this and making such a contrast work. And I know, again, kudos to everybody involved with this video. I think everybody needs to get some flowers with this, because everything, like, I feel like fit exactly, you know, how it needed to. Whether the intention was to go with that contrast, I don't know. That's just what I feel based off what I saw, based off what I heard. I feel like that was the whole point, was to hit that contrast to make it fit, and they did it. They did it, and honestly, I wouldn't mind checking out some more stuff on this. So I am definitely going to look up this album and see what else she did. I may even throw some of that into the reactions for the rest of this month, but we shall see. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it right there, and thank you all for stopping by and checking this reaction out. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, feel free to do so if you'd like to see some more reactions. And don't forget to hit the notification bell if you are subscribed. That way you can be notified anytime I upload a new reaction. And if you'd like to support the channel just a little bit extra while getting some extra perks along with it, feel free to hit the join button, and you can check out my membership tiers. I have 2 tiers. Obviously, the higher tier will have a little more perks, but at the very basic level, one of the perks that you'll get is ad-free reactions. That way, you don't have to worry about dealing with watching ads through these reactions. I mean, you're paying money to join my channel. The least I can do is make sure that you don't have to deal with any ads. That's the very least I could do. But even if you don't, and you're just, you know, gonna subscribe, that's good enough too. And I just really thank y'all for even just taking time to watch these videos. So thank you again for checking this out. Don't forget to check out other Nightwish reactions as well as other holiday music reactions I've done, and I will catch y'all down the road.